Here we have the two-group full-size machine that we talked at the beginning. This is the machine that we use in our small little bar for demonstrations and training. As I said before, it's a two-group, plenty of steam. You have special information on the machine. You have the boiler pressure and the dispensing pressure. You have a main switch with number 1, 0 and 2. The machine is only full functional when it's on number 2, which means it will activate the heating element and therefore warm up the water and build up the steam. 2 steam jets, and the steam jets are very powerful. You can have all the steam in the world, as you can see. At this moment you could have done a lot of milk foaming already. But another thing that is important to understand, don't be scared about the steam. The steam is what it is, you're in control. The steam is a dry steam. Look. You can put your face to it. The only thing is that you don't want to enclose it because otherwise you get burned. And you can always control by a knob, very easy. Don't force it, it's simple. Hot water is available, and how to steam the milk so that it won't make noise. Most people are under the belief that you go inside the milk with a steam jet and you just slowly build up to it. Well, in my opinion, the best thing is to do the opposite. To go into the milk, heat up the milk with a full force, and then slowly close it down and reduce it. So you clean, shield yourself, go inside, open all the way. There is no noise. See, most people complain about noise. I'm making no noise, but look at my hand here. I am controlling the steam. And the steam can be very, made very thick, or it can be, depends what you want to do with the milk. And you close, and you're done. And this is how the steam should look, how the milk should look, steam milk. Not too many bubbles, but very nice and velvety. So at this point I'm going to leave it here for a second. Coffee should always be in the filter until the next shot is needed. The reason is because it seals the holes from the filter and it retains the heat onto the handle. Heat is very essential in the extraction of a shot. The only time you press coffee, just to make a point, a lot of people say, you have to have so many pounds of pressure onto the coffee. The reason is because it's what I call the Seattle espresso. In Italy we press the coffee, but because the people that press the coffee are using very little coffee. The coffee should be pressed only enough to be even on the handle. But just to make a point, I will not press this coffee. I'm going to leave it the way it is, and I'm going to show you, just because the coffee was correctly ground for the machine, the extraction of the shot is pretty much as good. And this is without pressing the coffee at all. So the point that I'm trying to make is that if you know how to grind your coffee, you don't have to do all of that pressing. It's totally unneeded. The unit also has a upper part that can be warmed up so that the cups are always warm if you're using porcelain cups like these are. And if you don't have that feature, that's okay. But if you have it and you have paper cups on that, you don't need it. You shut it off. Plenty of hot water, but hot water should not be a supplier of water for tea making. It's only for an occasional cup of tea or for warming up a cup if it's not warm. The milk has been sitting here for a while, so now I have to break it up and bring it back to what it was before. You do this manually. In this case, we're doing this because we had it sit on the table for a while. And here you go. I didn't make a drawing because it's a little bit too foam and thick, but if you want to make a drawing you have to stay a little bit more liquid, and then you can make a flower, a heart, or whatever you like.